Hi, my name is Natalie, and I've been teaching and practicing tantric meditations and doing sessions with people for the last 10 years. And I think one of the major things that bother us or interfere or ruin our sexual experiences is the conversation that we have inside of our brain. And we practice meditation so that we can start to contemplate on the thoughts. We can start to listen to them without being identified with them. And for many of us, we have this very negative inner voice, inner conversation with ourselves inside of our mind. And we don't really pay attention because we think, that's just life. Everyone has it. It's just part of being alive. You think all the time. But there's thinking and there's obsessive thinking. And then there's this very negative conversation that we have with ourselves inside of our brains. And a lot of the times it will prevent us from being fully present in what we're doing, and then we won't be able to enjoy what we're doing all the way. And fine in all the different activities in life, but when it comes to sexual activity, if I am constantly thinking negative thoughts inside of my head whilst I'm having sex, I'm not going to be fully present in that experience. I'm not going to actually feel all the sensations in my body. I'm not going to feel the sexual energy. And then suddenly I have this orgasm and I don't know where it came from because I wasn't fully present in the moment. And I know that meditation and all this hippie stuff, like regular normal people don't really connect and they laugh about it. And I see all these parodies about like spiritual people. And I'm not into that. Like, I'm not this like kumbaya person. I'm a very like grounded, down to earth human being. And I know that for many times and for a lot of the things I did in my life, I didn't really experience them all the way because I wasn't fully present, because I couldn't turn off the fucking conversation that's going on inside of my brain. You can call them intrusive thoughts. You can call them negative thoughts. It's just this like very mean, not loving at all, inner conversation that we develop inside of our brains ever since we were children. And we kind of don't know how to live without it. It just happens. We don't actually do anything for it to happen. And we don't know how to stop it. Most of the times we don't even try to stop it. We just think it's part of life. And then with all this like negative conversation that we have inside of our brain, we go to do the sex and we're with someone, but we're not really with them because, we're physically with them, we're looking at them, we're talking to them, but 80% of our attention is to our mind and to the inner conversation that's going inside of our head. Even in sessions, a lot of the times I'll talk to someone and then I feel that as I was talking, they kind of drifted into their thoughts, and then I'll stop and I'll ask them and they'll say yes. So when you're doing something with someone and you're thinking about something else while you're doing that thing, that person can feel or might feel abandoned because we're doing something together. And instead of being 100% fully present with me in this moment, you're thinking about other stuff, and I will feel abandoned. And it happens in our day-to-day, it happens in our family, it happens in our relationships, it happens all the time. The place where we can see it very, very clearly is sex. So if I'm a woman and I'm having sex with a man, and while we're doing stuff, he's thinking about other things and he is bothered by things and having this like negative conversation about himself inside his head, I will feel abandoned in that moment. Like he's not with me. He's not fully present with me. And it can happen the other way around. The man can be present, the woman isn't present, we're both not present. I mean, the optimal situation would be for both of us to be completely and 100% present in that moment when we're having the sex. It's so hard for us to disconnect our thinking brain, like our thinking mind. It's hard to disconnect from it, and we don't want to because we think it helps us, and it's good that we're thinking about things, and it's good that we're like checking out stuff inside of our mind. We think it's helping us. It is not helping us. It's a distraction. It's pulling us away from what we're doing in the moment and completely creating like this inner split. Like my body's in one place, but my mind is in another place. And then when the sex is over, I complain that I didn't have fun, or I didn't orgasm, or I didn't really feel it. It's because I wasn't really there. I wasn't actually in the moment. I wasn't in the situation. My brain was somewhere completely else, like completely different. And my body experienced something, maybe some pleasure, maybe, but not the pleasure that I could experience in the sex if I was fully present. And we're talking about the sex like this big important thing. It's not. It's just one thing of many things that we do in life where we're not present. People, when they drive their car, they're not present, which is fucking dangerous if you think about it. Like, they're driving really fast in this like very, mechanical vehicle, sometimes that has gas inside of it, and they're driving and they're not even present when they're doing it. People aren't present when they cook, when they eat, when they play with their kids. We're not present. So yes, the goal is to be 100% present in everything we do in our life. The best place to start practicing being fully present is sex, because it's so intimate and it's so, we're so vulnerable there and we're so exposed, and we feel abandoned like that if someone drifts away. And it's a very sensitive thing that we're doing with someone else. So we want to have good sex, right? We want to have good orgasms. We want to create good connections with people, like real, true connections. If we want to have good sex, we need to be 100% present in the moment we are having the sex. And for that, we might need to practice. And practice takes time and takes patience. But you do want to practice meditation every day and check, how am I feeling? What's going on in the inner conversation in my brain? Am I being nice to myself today, or am I being mean and putting myself down? Why am I doing that? Can I see my inner child? Can I love her without criticizing her or judging her or telling her how awful she is? Can I just love her and accept her the way she is? We want to do this on a daily basis so that we can be more present, because as long as we have that pain underneath, it's going to pull us away from what we're actually doing. So we don't want to like stay in what we're doing like forcefully. We want to figure out the actual core reason that we keep on running away to our imaginary world inside of our brain instead of being present in the actual moment. And I think that is the main goal of Tantra, because when we're fully present in the moment, when we're having sex with another human being, we can experience the sexual energy in a different way, and we can connect to God through that sexual connection, because the sex becomes a meditation of love and of pleasure and of divine being. And we can connect to the divine through sexual experiences, but it's only if we're fully present in the moment. And if we're fully present when we have sex, it will become divine sex. If we're fully present in our day-to-day life, it will become a divine life. And that is our birthright, to experience life here as a divine being, not as this like poor slave, miserable creature that we're experiencing now. That's not fair. That's not why we came here. We came here to experience this amazing and insane physical realm, and we, with our connection to the divine. And then everything becomes orgasmic, and everything becomes fun, and everything's, food tastes better, and movies are funnier, and everything, when you're fully present in the moment, everything comes to life. And you experience things fully, and then you don't feel that empty vacuum that you have inside of you, because you've been there 100% with your presence. So you don't feel like you've missed out on anything. So being present enhances and enriches our experiences in life, all our experiences. If we want to start practicing being present, I used to go to these like meditation retreats, and they were so boring. You would just sit there and wait until your mind to clear out, and I never got there. I never really understood what they wanted from me. So Tantra was a good place for me to learn how to meditate. But then I started meditating in general and being more present in all my experiences in life, and then everything becomes more pleasurable, not just the sex. But sexual energy and sexual activity is a good place to start practicing meditation. And it kind of saved my life, and maybe it can save yours, I don't know. But it's not about orgasms, and it's not about good sex. It's about being 100% present in the moment of whatever you're doing. Yes, sex included, but it's true for all our experiences in life. So I recommend you start practicing meditation. If you're following my channel, then you probably are interested in sex. Maybe because you don't have sex, maybe because you want more sex, maybe because you're not pleased in the sex that you have. I don't know exactly. I would love to hear in the comments why you're so interested in this topic. But if you reach my channel somehow, where I do talk about spirituality and meditation and being present in the moment, then maybe you want to try to start practicing meditation when you're masturbating, when you're having sex, or just try in general to practice meditation and see which way works best for you. But the end goal is 100% presence in the moment. And that is the only way to defeat that evil, negative conversation that's happening inside of our brain. It's not by fighting it, it's by embracing, you know, the pain that we have inside of us that's causing us to run away to our thoughts every time, and learning to contain that pain so that I can just be in the moment with it instead of running away inside of my mind and thinking that's going to help me in some way. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. It's what I teach people. It's what I teach myself. It's what I learn from other people. It's like my main practice. I want to be present in my life, in the moment. And it's not that easy because we weren't taught to be present when we were kids, because when we learn stuff as kids, we get it. As adults, it's a little bit harder to learn stuff, but we can do it. We can definitely reteach ourselves to be more present and to do this work. And I think sexuality is a good place to start. So thanks for listening. Please subscribe if you like this video. I upload a lot of them, different topics to do with sexuality and meditation and spirituality and being present, like I talked about today. And please like if this video resonated with you. And I would love to hear from you in the comments and to hear what you think about it. So thank you again. And I'll see you soon in my next video.